Let's go.
You're listening to Soul Blerds After Dark with Letter J. Almani Vani and superhero DJ John Quick.
Yo, that theme song hit hard, bro. I be like, Welcome to Soul Blerds After Dark. My name is DJ John Quick. I'm in the building with my boy, my ace Boom Coon. Even though he's a Kappa, it's all love. My man Elmani V. What's good, El? I can't hear you, bro. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. There
it is. Okay.
There it is. What's
Peace
good, bro?
I'm good. Of course, you know, we got some interesting stuff to talk about tonight.
Boy. And we have two amazing guests in the building. They're backstage kicking it in the green room right now.
Yes.
Just to let you know, we got Yolanda Rodgers Howsie, the co-founder of Stepping into Service with one of our favorites, Keshia Knight Pulliam. And of course, we have Latasha Brown and her crazy initiative, which is both of these sisters are doing the damn thing with this. Her initiative is Black Voters Matter. So we can definitely get into some things with them. But let's get into our blurred vibes right now, bro.
Yes.
So listen, according to WeGotYouCovered.com, they're talking about for Black Panther 2, which is scheduled for a 2022 release.
Okay.
That they may use a hologram for Chadwick Boseman. What do you think about that, bro?
Depends on how. Like, if it's something whereas it's a hologram of him in the afterlife.
Yeah.
When you remember the scenes where both him and then also you see later where Michael B. Jordan go over. Listen, if it's something tasteful like that, I think that's absolutely fine.
Yes.
I don't see no problem with that. But if it's something cheesy, then nah. But you know, the fact that it's Ryan Coogler, who's just like common sense dude. You know what I mean? Like, he's never saying anything stupid come out of his mouth.
Exactly.
So because it's Ryan Coogler, I'm actually confident that whatever they try, and we're still far enough away that it may work, it may not work. So I'm like, I'm a trust them.
Yeah. So my thing is, they did it really tastefully with Carrie Fisher in the Star Wars franchise. So I think I'm not going to totally rule it out, but I'm also thinking ahead, like, you know, I took that loss to heart, bro. And, you know, just to see him back on screen in that particular franchise and knowing how much he meant to little black boys and girls all around the world. I do understand why they would try, but I'm also, you know, kind of nervous in terms of how this is going to feel emotionally for a lot of our younger people. Actually, a lot for me, you know what I'm saying, who are really into not only Chadwick as the Black Panther, but just Chadwick as the person, as the great person that he was, that we're finding out a lot more tidbits later. You know what I mean, bro?
Right. You know what? But life goes on. And listen, at the end of the day, at least regardless of how emotional it may get, it's a life we can celebrate, especially when you think about the real life tragedies of a George Floyd, of a Breonna Taylor, of the trauma and anger that we have.
Absolutely. So that I'm with that, man. So moving on. I mean, this has been a weird week, bro, but a lot of things have starting to come out in Blerdsville. The Marvel Netflix properties, we talk about Luke Cage and Iron Fist and the Defenders and Jessica Jones and Daredevil. Their legal commitment to Netflix, it's starting to end, starting first with Iron Fist, which ended this month, and soon to follow those other shows I just mentioned. And now, obviously, that frees them up to become part of possibly the MCU. Right. What do you think about those characters coming to the MCU, and which ones are you most looking forward to joining the MCU?
You know what? Luke Cage and Daredevil.
Yes. Hold up. Shameless plug.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, Luke Cage and Daredevil. I'll be honest and say that I think I'm gonna say that I think the one that killed it all for Netflix was what's the name? The Golden Fist?
Iron Fist. Yeah.
Which was the wackest. Okay. Yeah. That whatever. But my point is going to what you're saying, I'm looking forward to my man Luke Cage, because you do have this Black Lives Matter. You do have a strong Black movement that's going on.
Yes.
And I hope they keep him, but I definitely would love to see that. I've always been a big Daredevil fan. So I would love to see that. And I'm also really good with Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Those three were of the gritty, and Jessica Jones was gritty.
It was dope. It was a psychological thriller. Most people wasn't getting that. They wasn't getting that. It was dope to me, man.
Yeah, and you know what? That's what's somewhat disappointing about the Netflix part ending is, and I'll even say slightly for Luke Cage season 2. I felt like Netflix could have took it in a grittier path than the MCU was going, especially now with Disney.
Yeah, absolutely. But, I enjoyed all of them except Iron Fist season 1. Iron Fist season 1 was one of the worst MCU projects I'd ever seen.
Iron Fist.
And on top of that, the thing that really bugged me out about that show, he's supposed to be the greatest martial artist ever, and the fighting scenes were horrible. Yo, what are y'all doing?
Quick, what do you expect when the greatest martial artist looks like a dude that would get jumped delivering Domino's pizza?
Well, that's true, but on some realist now, they did do a great job with the other shows. I have to say, that. I actually, enjoyed them. I can't wait to see, how they're going to be integrated in the MCU. And I'm a big Luke Cage fan, and I love all the other ones, but Luke Cage was that was Harlem. That hit home at the same time. They were filming in a spot where I was DJing. It was crazy.
I know. Now, listen, I know our Jamaican Massive had real problems.
Oh yeah, they did.
They had. I thought he was a great actor, and I love the action scenes. Yeah. But boy, don't talk to West Indians and Jamaicans about that accent.
No.
I ain't getting involved.
No, I'm not. I'm not
staying away on that.
It's funny. I was talking to one of my Jamaican friends, and I was telling her, I was like, "Listen," I said, "I get it, and I respect that, but you have to remember, this is a national program that people from all over see." And I ain't gonna lie, I never heard like a true Jamaican accent until I moved to New York from West Virginia. So most of the people who are hearing this, they think it's legit. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. That's the fact. So I don't know.
Jamaicans take that heart. Listen, you remember, that little kid, that video where he's strength, no weakness.
Yes.
Look. Jamaicans were getting on him.
Oh,
he's not a real Jamaican. Like, you're talking about little kid. When it comes to Jamaican in accent, I leave that alone.
Because I don't want the Jamaicans coming for me. I love my Jamaicans.
I love them.
So listen. Let's pivot to something. And bro, I think a tear came out of my eye the other day. It was yesterday.
Right.
Stevie Wonder dropped 2 new singles.
That's right. I have not gotten into it yet.
He's left Motown after almost 60 years on being on a label, almost 60 years. And he dropped 2 singles, one of which was Busta Rhymes, Chica, and Rhapsody. And the other was just a straight Stevie single.
Okay.
But regardless, I was just so excited to see Stevie back in the game. You know, he's one of the ones when we lose one, I'm always thinking like somebody check on Stevie, because I know the day it's him, I'm going to be done, man. Like I cried through Michael, I cried through Prince, Whitney, all of them. But Stevie was part of my like that toddler childhood. You know what I'm saying? So that's a different level loss, man. So did you get a chance to check out any of the singles yet?
I got it. No, you just said to me. So when we're done tonight, I'm checking them out.
Absolutely. So let's pivot one more time. We got our boy Ice Cube in the news today, but for all the wrong reasons. So allegedly, and from what I'm understanding, Ice Cube is definitely trying to debunk this theory going around, but allegedly Ice Cube is working with the Trump administration now on a plan called the Platinum Black Plan or the Platinum Plan, which to me, just saying it like that in reference to black folks is kind of disrespectful to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, why don't you just call it the Gold Tooth Plan or something like that? You know, it's like, but yeah, so he's taking a lot of heat because, you know, in my opinion, like, how are you gonna go from F the police to, you know, working with Trump? That's kind of crazy to me. And I get it. Some people will say, oh, well, Trump's in office. We got to work with him, whatever. Well, anytime we wanted something done for us during Obama's administration, the Congress would block it because we didn't have. I don't think we had the House, or it was either the House.
We didn't have the House.
We didn't have the House.
We lost the House in 2010.
Yeah, so nothing has changed. We still don't have the House. So what? You know, I guess my question is what's so different now? I don't get it. Like,
so and I went on a rant when Ice Cube first brought this up 2 months ago. And I want to take 2 parts out of. I hear exactly what you're saying, right? Mm-hmm. But let me take 2 parts out because I want to show you the depth of stupidity of this fool. And I hope everybody's listening. Okay, let's take out the whole House thing. Let's take out the House, and the Republicans. Let's just take that away, right? Let's also take away this idea of him working with Trump. Platinum Plan. Let's take that away. Let's take that away. Let's just go on the merit of him saying, I got a contract with them. We got this program and we're trying to present it, and the Democrats and whatever. Here's the problem with it. And I'm going to talk, maybe this gets to Ice Cube. So Ice Cube, I want to talk to you. Ice Cube, you've been around Hollywood for mad years. You ever notice that every single year in Hollywood, your agent, the directors, producers, and everybody else does these big fundraisers in election years, but also non-election years for politicians? Now, why would they do that? Because they realize that for them to get any policies they want across, that they have to fund things. You know what that's called, Ice Cube? It's called lobbying. Yep. So you've been around the game. You've been around people that have done the game. Why in the world do you then think that the way you're trying to present policy is the way to go? That's not how policy gets made. Policy is made. You know what Ice Cube should have did? If he really wanted this, this is what he should have did. He should tell either of them, I'm going to throw your ass a big dinner and I'm going to bring in $300,000 to your campaign. And then you know what? Biden or Kamala Harris, quick, me and you got frat that threw a big fundraiser. My chapter, I got 3 chapter brothers that was throwing Kamala Harris fundraisers up in the house in the venue. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, Q, you could have did that. And you could have got up close. So, Q, what you telling me is me, Mr. Viney, teacher, I got more access to Kamala Harris than you. That's what you saying.
Yep. Sounds like to me, man.
Well, I know we got the rest of the show to go, but okay.
You good?
No, I'm not. He's an idiot, but okay.
Damn! All right, so speaking of politics, let's pivot and bring on our guests. I have these beautiful ladies waiting in here, so we're gonna add them to the show. We got Yolanda in the building.
Salute.
Hey.
Hey, where your girl go? Your girl disappeared.
Where's Tasha?
Oh, here she go. All right, I'm about to add her.
I'm grabbing my coffee. Sorry, long night.
All right.
Tasha's on that tour bus.
So somebody oh, you're on the tour bus. Wow. Yeah, we was wondering
on the Blackest Bus in America. We rolling.
So first of all, let me reintroduce these lovely sisters. First, we have my sis, my soror, Yolanda Rodgers Howsie of Stepping into Service and her Stroll to the Polls initiative. And then we have the lovely Latasha Brown, who has her own initiative going on, Black Voters Matter. All right.
I can take a picture of the screen.
Hold on, we got somebody else in the broadcast booth. Tell them we gotta keep it down. But anyway, so ladies, we were literally just talking about Ice Cube and Trump. I'm gonna start out with you, Yolanda. What do you think of this? I mean, first of all, are you aware of what's going on with Ice Cube and Trump?
I've heard mention of it, and just listening to you guys, I got a little bit more in-depth details. Sometimes things they just make you speechless.
Yeah.
My grandmother always used to say, if it's confusion, it's of the devil.
Oh wow. Oh no, she didn't.
I'm just saying.
Wow. What about you, Latasha? Have you heard about this whole Ice Cube Trump hookup? The homies, the new homies. Latasha? I don't think she can hear us. All right,
yeah, she frozen.
Yeah, she froze. So we're gonna rock with you, Yolanda. Tell us about this whole Stepping into Service organization that you and one of America's favorites, Rudy, aka Keshia Knight Pulliam, put together. Tell us how that all came about.
Well, first of all, Keshia and I are sorority sisters. Exactly. So it actually started off, being a proud graduate of an HBCU. It started off as the idea of having an all celebrity Greek show.
Yeah.
In the efforts of raising funds and scholarships for HBCUs.
Yeah.
So we got Tasha back on. Can you hear Tasha?
She froze again.
Yeah.
So she's traveling. They're on that. I think they're on their way to Dallas.
Yeah, that's probably not going to work. So we'll get Tasha on at another time probably. Because but go ahead, continue what you were saying.
So it started off as the idea of having an all celebrity Greek show.
Yeah.
And again, in the efforts of raising funds for HBCUs. So because of COVID and all that stuff, everything kind of was just, stopped, just like everything else. But we also wanted to highlight HBCUs and wonderful products of HBCUs. So that was the primary goal. So when I spoke to all 9 national presidents and talking about the Greek show, we all came to the conclusion that it would be a great idea for us to focus on this election. So hence, kind of playing off the tradition of what we do in terms of stepping. So stroll to the polls. So it is a virtual contest that is, we're just trying to get everybody out to vote. And we're especially targeting those young demographics, the young men that are, and the collegiates. So we're trying to get them out to understand that not voting, a no vote, it is a vote for Trump. Yep. So we want to be clear on that, and that we want to get them involved and get them engaged. Non-Greeks, Greeks, all. So we just want them, we, hashtag Divine Nine, bring 9. So we want everybody to get out and vote. If you can vote early in your state, please do so. And make sure, I was with Tasha, and the biggest blackest bus ever was here in Pittsburgh. And we're finding out a lot of people are being taken off of the voting list, purging. And so I literally went on and checked my status and found out I was no longer a registered voter.
Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Right.
So okay. This is just, I'm speechless because I literally just checked my status. I'm still good. I checked it last week. But what do you say to those people who find out, like, wow, like, or what do you say to those people who need to find out their status?
The antics are real. The things that they are doing, the okie dokes, it's real. So don't take it for granted that you are registered. Unfortunately, a lot of states, the deadlines are over. I know in Pennsylvania, 19th is the last day that you can register. So I think you need to be educated. There's always some type of confusion going on in terms of how you vote early. Be clear on that. It's going to sometimes take a little bit of homework. And that's why sometimes it takes a group to figure out how all of this works together, have conversations. Yeah. And hopefully, these wonderful programs that you guys are doing, just the topics alone, it engages people and it promotes and provokes rather conversations that we need to have and to make sure that we're making a conscious decision. So, so I wanted to also quickly say, we are really, really, the Stroll to the Polls contest, Latasha and Black Voters Matter, they've given us $25,000 in cash to give to the chapters. So this is graduate chapter as well as undergrads, both frat and sororities. So we, because of COVID, we have to respect the social distancing. So, these kids today, they get creative with Zoom, like a don't rush challenge.
TikTok, all that,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure, documenting our history is very important. So, and this is a historical moment, this historical election. Yep. So we want them to do something fun and exciting and get the word out. And so we have a host of celebrity judges the public gets to give us our top 12. And then we have some celebrities that are going to judge those and then determine who gets the $25,000 in cash and who also gets a secured spot in performing in the first all celebrity Greek show.
Wow. I get Elle, I know you want to jump in here, man.
No, I listen, I think it's amazing. Actually, I guess my question to you is, what can we do to continue to amplify? For myself, though I'm no longer a national officer with Kappa Alpha Psi, but I was, so I still retain, part of that platform of at least amplifying, important messages and everything of that nature. So I guess that's my question to you.
So absolutely. By the way, your president is awesome. So
thank you.
We want to just continue to ask people to, I'm reading off my little cheat sheet here. National Strolls to the Polls, hashtags, stepping into service.
Okay.
And at CIS Nonprofit. So we have a proposal here. If you go on and load one of your old school, so I'm sure you used to twirl the cane, right?
Used to.
Can you still do it?
Uh-oh. What's up?
I'm putting that out there.
He got quiet.
You have a cane somewhere around? You look
my cane in the other room. I'll be right back.
Yeah, okay. We'll wait for you.
Cane is like playing Atomic Dog for John Quick.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Okay. That funky four corners. Let me see those. I got all that.
Hey, listen. He lucky it's tight up in here right now. I got a little DJ booth because I would definitely throw on Atomic Dog and start hopping around. Let them know what it is.
Yeah, let them still hop.
But you know what? For those of you who do not know, I am one of the celebrity judges for this whole
absolutely.
So I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I love all my D9. you know, in terms of this whole stroll competition, but the bruh's gonna come in hopping. The bruhs don't stroll, we hop. Well,
okay.
So we about to let y'all know that the hopping is about to take out the strolling.
So Fred, wait, let me share this with you. So I can't remember who, because I was telling some bros about this, and they were like, bros don't stroll.
Yeah, we hop.
Like, okay, my bad. Whoa.
Oh, let me find out. So
yes.
All right, man. All right. We see you, bro. We see you. Okay, I see you.
Okay, so what year and where did you pledge?
Chi Chapter Spring 93 solo, Boston College.
Hey, okay, all right. Respect 93. Respect 93. So Yolanda. So are we gonna see you, you know, hit the stroll with your sorors? Because you know, you created this. You gonna make this happen?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So we were looking forward to that. Now, is there anything else you want to share with our viewing audience in terms of your initiative and where you see it headed, and just
and go give us a old school stroll picture and post it on their social media page, and why tagging us, or so we're gonna I'm gonna be hanging out with Keshia tomorrow. I'm getting some autographed t-shirts, stepping into service t-shirts. We will send one to you. So nice. We just want to yes, and we got some things coming to you guys as well. So we just really want people to get excited about this historical election and get out and vote. We Absolutely. Have to vote.
Yeah, please. We gotta. Like, let's keep it 100. We got to get that dude. We got to get dude out of office.
That's too much at risk. You know what? 2 possible seats in the Supreme Court that's coming up. It's too much at risk here. We talking about my kids. Like,
exactly.
But I will say this. I mean, listen. You nailed it when you talked about the issue with you not finding yourself on the rolls.
Exactly.
And I think the moment we finish getting him out, we have to totally revamp the rules on voting, because it's actually created to dissuade people to vote. And we see it in Texas. Stop and think about how bad. We talked about this before, right? But still, when you really think about it, the audacity of one absentee ballot drop off,
right?
4.7 million people for 4.7 million people.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's scary times. Scary times. Mm-hmm. So, Yolanda, it's been an honor. It's been a pleasure to have you. You know, we'll probably have you on again because you're that dope.
Yeah,
you're that dope.
I'm from Detroit.
Yeah, is that what it is? Is it a Detroit thing?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I got fun.
Go ahead.
I know some really like good people from Detroit, so I can't even argue. I can't even like make fun of that because it's actually probably true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, you can't talk bad about Detroit. They'll come and kill you.
But what me and El Monty definitely want to do is tell your partner Keshia that we definitely were looking forward to having her on the show, and hopefully we could get her on at some point anyway. And
Keshia's dope. You would enjoy her.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Everybody loves Rudy.
She is an activist. She is a true activist.
He is. He's no joke.
I'm telling you, we have to get some pink and green in that White House.
Oh, that's what's up.
I'm down with that.
That's what's up. So anyway, on behalf of Soul Blerds After Dark, we thank you, Yolanda, for coming on. We love you.
Absolutely.
And keep pushing on. We got you. All right.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. See you later. Yo, that was dope. She's good people, man. Like I, when she first contacted me, big up Jackie Reed for making that referral. When she first contacted me, man, her energy was just off the charts, and I knew like, okay, we definitely gonna be doing some good things together. So I'm actually honored that she's actually having me be a part of this whole stroll to the polls initiative. But like I said, the bruh's gonna come in and hop. So the rest of y'all can stroll, but we hopping.
Hey, do your thing.
But listen, man, it's funny. It's about that time for us to go into our normal Black Lives Matter situation, and we're gonna talk about this brother that got hung in Orlando.
Yeah,
and they tried to cover it up, man. You have any thoughts on that, man?
Yes, I think when it's all said and done, you know what happens with us. Mm-hmm. Things that seem like accidents, things that seem like they happen innocently or that they're self-inflicted, i.e. the spat of black men committing suicide. If you think going back to Ferguson, going back to the Michael Brown situation is where we first really hear about activists or black men all of a sudden committing suicide in these type of ways, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is it a cover-up? Yes. And in addition to that, because we know for fact that white domestic terrorist groups are and have infiltrated for a long time law enforcement.
Yes, that's facts.
Listen, I have no evidence to support the next thing I'm going to say. But I tend to wonder, is it someone connected that's doing this? Because of the level of a cover-up. If it's some random dude, and I'm also thinking about what happened in San Diego and in California and other areas. If it's just a random person, right?
Yeah.
Random white dude, the police will still find him and arrest him.
No doubt.
But in this case, the cover-up, when you look at the depth of cover-up by law enforcement, you tend to wonder, like, the deeper the cover-up means the deeper somebody in law enforcement could potentially be involved.
Yep.
But yeah. I think the reason why, I'll be honest, quick, I think the reason why it's not getting more attention, I think twofold. Of course, we got the election, but I think a lot of us in the black community, I think we've hit our bandwidth of stuff to take. Nobody wants to admit that because nobody wants to dismiss the injustice to this brother. But, there is a mental bandwidth thing.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. It's basically called numbness.
Yeah.
And it's sad, but it's a real reality. We're becoming numb to black men and women being killed for no reason by law enforcement or just abused by law enforcement, and then it being covered up, and it's becoming almost normal for us. It's becoming normalized, and that's a scary thought to ponder, but it is true. The young man's name is Nevin Baker. Mm-hmm. He was only 22 years old, man.
Yeah.
He was only 22 years old, and just reading some, a little bit about this, it just, it just hurts my heart to see another black man just murdered and kind of tossed to the side, tried to be covered up and all that. Like we have no worth, and it's really disgusting and it's disappointing. But I know two brothers that are going to keep fighting on. That's me and you, and I hope the rest of us, continue to fight the powers that be. Just like this shirt, big up Public Enemy, and just keep going, man. But another thing I want to talk about, man, since we're on our whole weekly Black Lives Matter thing, is this thing that's going on in Nigeria. All right. If you're not familiar with SARS, please Google it.
Virus.
And we're not talking about the virus. I'm going to hold on. Let me get this. I want to make sure I get it right. It's called the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS. And what's been happening is they've been kidnapping, harassing, and using extortion towards kids, making them go to the ATM, or they'll kill them or stuff like that. Basically, just really taking advantage of their power as law enforcement. And the people of Nigeria finally said, no, enough is enough. And they have really been like causing havoc across different cities of Nigeria in terms of protesting, basically showing the power of the people. And I want to commend, those Nigerian brothers and sisters of ours and let them know that Soul Blerds After Dark, we stand with you, Nigeria. We stand with you. And from what I'm understanding, they just announced the dissolution of SARS. Yes. So we'll see what happens with that. But do you have any thoughts on that, Al?
Yeah, I do. So one, when we talk about police brutality, right? So there's these degrees. What are we talking about? We're talking about the degree of power. And there is a great, probably the greatest TED Talk I've ever seen. And it's by a white guy, Phil Zimbardo, and they call him Dr. Z. Anyway, it's about the psychology of evil. And what it really talks about is what happens when power goes unchecked. To what depth of evil or dehumanization will people go?
You know what's funny? I want you to finish that thought, but that kind of remind me of one of the Avengers movies. Remember, they were like, listen, somebody has to check y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's what it came down to. But that what you were talking about, it kind of reminded me of that on the Soul Blerd tip. But go ahead, bro.
Oh, yeah. And they talk about this, and what he talks about is really deep. And actually, it goes to a lot of, you see it in a lot of movies. You see it in, matter of fact, they teased it with Superman. Even though it was really good, but Superman versus Batman.
That was the whole premise.
Right. This idea of what he called it was the Lucifer effect, that an individual is not necessarily good nor bad, but can shift depending on what they're allowed to do unchecked.
Yes.
And so that's what you see in Nigeria, right?
Yep.
You're seeing this in Nigeria, just as you see what happens with we here. But I think it's building to something that we really haven't also seen, is a movement amongst the diaspora. And it's funny, quick, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be teaching my class, the African American Experience class online. Nice. I actually start this entire season. The first 6 of my courses is around a theme called the Diaspora Disconnected. And it talks really about this in the sense of how the African American experience is really a microcosm of the experience of people of the Pan-Africa and of the diaspora. And here you see it right here. You see it, and now you're starting to see people starting to put the pieces to the puzzle together to say, oh, wait a second. There is commonality between us here in America and what's going on in Nigeria. It may not be race, but it is a matter of power. It is a matter of class. So you're starting to see that happen.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, once again, man, we just pray for the citizens of Nigeria to get through this. And, we are as one in this diaspora, and we love you guys, and just keep fighting the fight, man. God will make it happen. Trust me. But anyway, it's time of the show. We call this Elmani's world. So Elmani is just going to wax on something, whatever's on your mind, brother. Let it rip.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to talk about the Ice Cube thing, but listen, that's crazy. I'll say this, and I think I've talked about this before, but quick, we got to get you DJing on Twitch. I will tell you, Monday night, this brother, DJ Applejack, he's one of those DJs. Gotcha. Yeah. And he does this one called Shecky's. I think it's like Shecky's Room, Shecky's Lounge. So this is what happened. Started off, got on there probably about like 9-10 o'clock. All of a sudden, DJ Spinner showed up. Then DJ Maceo from De La Soul.
Oh, that's lit, bro.
Then Miss Her. All of a sudden, the Twitch thread became packed with every daggone DJ that we know, like, and we was up in there wilding, and the joints that he was dropping was just amazing. But what I've seen happen, the reason why I'm bringing this up, what I've seen happen now is Twitch is now creating communities. Forget community and culture, because you're seeing DJs come, and now the followings that come. But now what's different with Twitch versus Instagram? Instagram is just a bunch of people text posting, right? Twitch, everybody's talking with each other. And so people have now become friends. And now the conversation's like, yo, remember what happened Monday, Tuesday? And you're literally
that's dope.
Bro, today I was on 5 different DJ streams on Twitch, starting in the morning and then to the night.
Hold up. Am I going to have to do an intervention, bro? That sounds like addiction.
Yo, but think, is it? Because if I got music on during the day, if I turn on the radio during the day, it's no different, right?
True. Right.
But here is the difference. The difference is that one of my people, her name is Mishani, she was on all the streams and we was laughing. We was like, yo, this is the fifth one we on together. We was on Vegas. We was on my man DJ Center. We was on my man Drezon Andres. Yo, a bunch, but that's what's happening. It's becoming a community, man. And it's becoming therapy, man, because with all the issues that we go through, it's a mental break. You gotta get up on there, bro.
I know, man. I have an account. I just haven't been utilizing it. You're right. Yo, I need to get it.
It's gonna change your life.
Absolutely. Okay.
It's gonna change your life. You gotta get up.
All right. So now we move to my little section of the program. We call it Cutting Up Real Quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to speak on something a little serious that's been on my mind lately, and that's the respect of Black women in the United States, especially. We had this whole situation with Tory Lanez, and everybody had something to say, whatever. But when the truth came out, he shot her, and now he's facing 22 years in jail. So we'll see what happens with that. But it was just very frustrating, and it was saddening to see how people were kind of coming at Megan like she did something wrong. And the ironic thing is, this brother shot her in the foot, but yet and still, when the police arrived, she still thought of that Black man's safety. And that to me was just profound, because once again, it illustrates that Black women, mothers of the earth, they protect Black men way more than I feel Black men reciprocate. And it's sad. And I know we have our own trauma to deal with, and that can't be ignored either. But what I will say is that we have to do better. We definitely have to do better. I can't imagine any reason for that man to have shot her in the foot. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, it's just crazy to me. But regardless, I've always made it, a mission of mine to uplift my sisters, because I was raised by a strong Black woman. My sister's a strong Black woman. I have cousins, aunts, that are strong Black women. I wouldn't be in a position today where I'm at, where, I have a great radio show on WBLS. I'm doing things that I love to do. It's because of the encouragement and the support of Black women. Many of I do an event every year for the past, it'll be 11 years next year. Actually, it would have been 11 years this year. DJ John Quick's Heroines of Excellence Awards. And what I do with that, I honor women of color who are either on the come up, or women of color who have become bridge builders and never received their proper flowers. So it's always a combination of millennials and also, Generation Xers, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's a beautiful affair, because it's just me as a Black man expressing my love for Black women. So what I will say to end this is that, I think all of our Black men, we just need to take a look in the mirror and say, hey, are we doing enough to protect our Black queens? You know what I'm saying? Because it's getting serious out here. It's been serious out here for a minute. And just reading that whole, scenario with Megan and Tory just really reminded me, like, wow, we were trying. A lot of us are trying. A lot of good brothers out there trying, ladies. So don't think, it really kills me when I hear black women say, Black men don't protect us. No, there's Black men out here protecting you. Maybe just not enough for your liking, but we're out here. We're out here, trust me, and we're going to continue to be out here. So what I'm saying to all my fellow brothers is that, hey, man, let's just do better, man, because I know we can. So I'll end it at that.
I want to jump in on that. I co-sign with everything you say. Only thing I think I'm going to just say this. I think we also have to do better on amplifying when Black men are out there.
Yes,
and do well, because because we don't. And I just give this one example. Look, when I was national director of Kappa's, our youth programs and initiatives, right? Mm-hmm. I remember having someone come up and say, well, we got to get these fraternities involved because, y'all don't really do much. But right, if you take that, right, not knowing that Kappa League is the largest youth leadership program for young Black boys in America, that's 99% driven by Black men. Big brothers, big sisters of America, right? That's supposedly the mentoring thing. Mm-hmm. A lot of Black kids, unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately because I don't want to disrespect, but aren't really paired. They don't really put in the effort nationally. And I used to work with them on their board. They didn't really put the effort in terms of getting Black men involved to be mentors. Some chapters do. Shout out to Essex, Hudson Union, and other chapters, South Philly, that I know. But outside of that, they're not really putting it. But we are. But the notion that Black men don't do anything is something that drives. Do we need to do better? Yeah. The last thing I'll say on that is, other than us amplifying more when us brothers are doing great, is I do got to go back to what you said, though. I hope I'm not being contradictory to my own self. But man, sometimes, like, as someone that I have a daughter, my daughter's 10. My daughter's gonna be amazing. She is amazing. Yo, it sucks when I do got to see brothers, not a lot, thank God, but just with the sexist and just demeaning stuff on achieving Black women. Come out of your mouth. Yeah. And I'm like, and it's a shame, bro, because unfortunately, I'm gonna have to show that to my daughter. Yeah. Right? I'm gonna have to show, and these are some of the people, some people I know personally, and I'm gonna have to show that one day to my daughter, say, I just want you to know, when you out here about to take over the world, because that's what you're gonna do, that this is some of the stuff that you're gonna have to put up with. Don't worry, Dad'll be right here. If I gotta punch somebody in their chin, that's all recorded now.
No doubt, bro.
You know what I mean?
I feel you, man. I feel you. That was heartfelt too, man. Like, I have so many little nieces, man, and I get exactly what you're saying. And once again, sisters, there's plenty of brothers just like us out here. We may not be celebrities or anything, but just know we do support you, and we will always support you. So we're gonna end the show on that, man, because that's good love. So my name is John Quick. He's Elmani V, and thank you so much for tuning in for another dope episode of Soul Blerds After Dark. Let's get that thing. That theme song bangs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Let's go.
You're listening to Soul Blerds After Dark with Letter J. Elmani Vinyl and superhero DJ John Quick. DJ.